Hey, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this week's reading, I am using the Tarot of the Abyss by Tourain. And before I dive into this week's reading, I want to let you know about an upcoming workshop that I have. It's happening on Saturday, June 25th, and the workshop is called Tarot for Creative Writing. And I'm really excited about doing this workshop because this is the first workshop, the first tarot related workshop I've taught that isn't about doing tarot readings. It's about using the tarot for creative pursuits, for writing. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a live workshop on Zoom, and there will be a recording, so there will be a replay, and you also get a booklet, a digital booklet of worksheets and exercises and stuff like that. So it's going to be really fun, and I'm going to put the link just below this video if you're interested in finding out more or signing up. All right, so we've got 3 cards here. Each card is going to represent a segment of the upcoming week. We're going to start with the first card, which represents Monday. And my intention with this reading, as always, is just to get some new ideas and insights into the week ahead. So we have the Page of Wands for the beginning of the week, so Monday and Tuesday. And the pages are like the students of the tarot. The pages are young and they're learning. So at the beginning of the week, this is a good time to learn something new, particularly when it comes to creative things. The Suit of Wands is all about energy and creativity. It's that spark of inspiration and that creative genius that exists inside all of us. And I'm just looking to see what she's doing. It looks like she's building a fire. So I'm getting a couple of things with this card. The first thing I thought is that she had paintbrushes in her hand, which is why I went the creativity route. And I think that that still holds. So I think that learning some kind of new creative skill or pursuit is a great thing to focus on at the beginning of this week. But I also think that she's building a fire. She's learning how to start a fire. And that is a symbol for learning how to cultivate your own energy. Learning about how to build your energy up, how to nourish yourself so that you stay energized and you don't get depleted. And this is something that we're all going to be learning at the beginning of this week in different ways. We're all learning about ourselves and how we function in terms of energy and what kinds of things help us build our energy up and cultivate that energy. Let's look at the middle of the week. So this card is for like Wednesday, Thursday-ish. And here we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, and I really love how this card is depicted because there's the 3 swords going into the book and the letters coming out and kind of going into his head. And I just think that's such a creative and wild way to depict this card. So the 3 of Swords, it's about... How do I say it? Where do I start with this card? This is such a cool card, but I'm just like, where do I start? Okay, so the Suit of Swords is about the mind and our thoughts and all the different ways that we can use our mind and our thoughts in life. And the 3 of Swords is kind of showing what happens when what happens when our mind causes us pain. So when something happens, there's different ways to interpret that event. So for example, let's say your boyfriend dumps you. There's different ways of interpreting that and understanding it. And some ways of interpreting that, we always put meaning on things, right? We project meaning onto things. And sometimes we're bang on, we're really accurate. And other times we're a little delusional. We're not totally accurate. So there's ways of interpreting things that can cause a lot of pain and anguish. And then there's other ways of interpreting things that cause less pain, and some ways of interpreting things that actually cause relief and joy. So the Three of Swords is about interpreting things in a way that causes the most pain. So when this card comes up in a reading, it's a reminder that your mind is powerful, and what you choose to believe and what you choose to focus on has a direct relationship, a direct correlation to your feelings and how happy you are or how miserable you are in any given situation. And so in terms of, I'm just going to go on a kind of a different track here. Often when the Three of Swords shows up in a reading, it is because you're about to have more clarity on a situation. And sometimes with clarity, it can be painful. So seeing something crystal clear for what it is sometimes can be a jarring, painful experience. And the Three of Swords is saying that sometimes it's important to look at things clearly in a blunt, direct way, but then don't beat yourself up about things. Don't torture yourself mentally about things from here on out. Let's look at the last card, the card for the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I will come back to the Three of Swords because I feel like I didn't really give you like any helpful ideas with that card, so I am going to come back to it. But I want to move on to the Moon, which is the card for the end of the week. The Moon is a major arcana card. So we started with a court card, Page of Wands, then a minor arcana card, Three of Swords, and now a major arcana card, the Moon. And the major arcana cards, they are very archetypal in their energy. And I don't want to say they're more important than the minors, because I don't think they are, but they hold more of a spiritual weight. They're a little bit juicier than some of the minor arcana cards. So the Moon is very mysterious, and it speaks to the parts of ourselves that we don't yet know very well, the parts of ourselves that are hidden, the subconscious or unconscious aspects, the parts of yourself that come alive in the dream state or even during meditation. Sometimes when I'm doing something creative, like I'm drawing or I'm writing something, sometimes those subconscious themes will come out on the page, or they'll come out on the canvas. And so the Moon, when it shows up in a reading, it's telling you that there are forces within you that you don't yet understand. And those subconscious or unconscious forces are, sorry, I just got distracted. My cat jumped into, I want to show you my kitty. She jumped into the bookshelf. You probably can't see her right now. I'm going to zoom in. She's hiding. Look at her. There she is. Oh, Merlina. Good gosh. Okay. Okay, where was I? What was I saying? I think I was saying there are subconscious and unconscious forces within you that you don't yet understand that have an enormous effect on your life. And so it can be a really rewarding and fascinating task to get to know your unconscious or your subconscious side. And when the Moon shows up in a reading, it's encouraging you to pay attention to this part of yourself. So pay attention to your dreams and any kind of psychic visions or intuitions that you might have. And there's all different ways to really plumb the depths of your subconscious, analyzing your dreams or simply just recording your dreams, doing things like automatic writing or creative writing even, are also ways of exploring some subconscious themes. I've noticed that when I look at my dream journals, I've been keeping dream journals for many years, and when I read through them and I notice certain themes coming up, and those are the same themes that come out in my writing. They're the same themes that come up whenever I go on like a meditative journey. Those same themes come up. So it's really interesting. Hypnosis is another way to explore the subconscious. I feel like there's many other ways as well, but those are just the things that pop into my head. All right, so in some ways this reading is kind of unclear, I think. So I just want to zoom out and I want to look at these cards together. And I want to say one more thing about the moon. You'll notice there's two people on this card and they're intertwined, but they're on different little platforms. I see one person representing your conscious self. That's who you think you are. The part of yourself that you know really well inside and out. And then this other side of yourself is your wild, unconscious self that is powerful. It's part of you. It's a big part of you, but you don't yet know it very well. You might know some parts of your unconscious, but largely this part is unknown. All right, so zooming out here, this is really interesting. I want to stick with the creative theme that I started with when I was talking about the Page of Wands. I think that this is a good week to learn a new way to express yourself creatively, whether that's through art, could be dream journaling, it could be painting or writing or dance. Or some kind of craft, but there's something there about learning a new way to express yourself creatively and experimenting with that. You're going to be focusing on or learning about what kinds of things help you build your energy and what kinds of things might deplete your energy. That's going to be really useful information for you moving forward. And I think that for the most part, we're going to be in student mode this week. There's lots of things to learn and to grasp and to practice. And watch your mind and know that there's ways of interpreting things that cause a lot of pain and anguish. And there's other ways of interpreting events that are less painful and will cause less anguish. And that's kind of the message of the Three of Swords. And with the moon, again, it's an encouragement to maybe explore your subconscious side, however that might look like for you. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got a few ideas, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. I post these videos every week, and check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got all kinds of really fun tarot learning resources on there for you to check out. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week.